Hey guys, this is Mopar Man coming back at you. We are doing a fuel filter. Well, I'm going to actually explain how to do a fuel filter. I just got done doing it. It's pretty simple. The reason we're changing it out is because this is the old one, and if it'll focus, you guys can't see, there's a whole bunch of dirt, and it's yellow, and it's just nasty. The hose is like really rigid and hard. It had a couple kinks in it. I think that's why we're lacking power. So yeah, that thing's junk. So, this is new fuel filter. We got new line right here. And this runs down. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right here's the fuel line. It's clamped. These are the clamps that came with the new fuel filter. They're about $7 at AutoZone. You just push them on there, clamp it, and then that runs up, and right here at the bottom of the fuel filter, it'll say in on one side. That's for gas to flow into on that side, and then the opposite side will flow out into the carburetor. Okay, when you're doing this, I always suggest starting from bottom and going up. And make sure when you run your fuel line that it has no kinks. So if you have to do a wide turn like I did, do that. This down here is, I want to say, old, like probably one of the original fuel filters that was on the truck. It's clamped and sealed off. This hose right here actually runs back. It's a return line, which just don't need it because it does not have a return on the carburetor. It's just for excess fuel if the pump is spitting it out. So yeah, that's that. I don't know what the heck that is. I'm going to do some reading up on that. If anybody knows what this is, comment below. I want to know. I don't know if that's some kind of solenoid or what. But, yeah. That's pretty straightforward. You just hook it up, clamp it. I got it set up. I have not fired it up since I put the new fuel filter on, so we're about to do that and see how it goes. Also, if you guys can give me a link, I need my Ram Air hose here. It comes up good. Like, I think it was just pieced together with some almost dryer duct. But it's broke up here, and that's really hurting my airflow. But it does have a new fuel filter on it. And here soon, as you guys can see, there's some oil down here. I don't know if that's coming from the head or if it's a valve cover gasket. So we're going to replace the valve cover gasket before the head gasket. But honestly, the head gasket on this is not hard. Basically, pull the carburetor off. You definitely need a book for your vacuum lines. Pull the carburetor off, unbolt the intake and exhaust, pull it out to the side, pull your valve cover off, undo all your rocker arms and push rods, and then you would undo your head bolts. You'd have to buy new head bolts, but pull the head bolts out, and then you should be able to lift the head up out. Be sure to disconnect your spark plugs, or spark plug wires. But yeah, that's pretty simple on these older motors. I mean, you might have to take a couple accessories off the front, but other than that, it's simple. I am looking to this metal fan here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It does not have a fan clutch. I either want to swap it, get a fan clutch, if they make them. If not, I'd like to swap it to a plastic fan. Or, honestly, I would really like to have a fan clutch. Just because when you're going down the road, all you hear is the damn fan. And it'd be nice to be able to hear the motor once. every once in a while at least. Under here is literally just the grill with it. That's kind of to help airflow with the carb, or the radiator, not the carburetor. I want, now if you don't know, don't comment, but if you know how to delete a smoke pump, comment, let me know, because honestly I feel like this thing is sucking a lot of power out of it, and I would love to just do away with it. It doesn't need a smoke pump. Back in the 60s, they didn't have smoke pumps on them, so why have it on this? All it is pulling power from the engine, and, you know, it's actually making it less efficient. Especially how old it is, and I guarantee it probably don't work, it just spins. So, I'd like to delete that. Motor is getting pulled this summer and painted. That's going to be a big project, and that will be filmed completely. But yeah, guys, I'm sure you guys have noticed the lights on the front of the truck. They don't work. I traced the wires back, and the wires run right here. This red wire runs under here, all the way across, up, down the side of the fender, and it goes right here, goes up, and it looks like my grandpa or someone tapped into something in the main line here for a positive. Or it might be a ground, because I don't see where it runs to the battery, which don't make sense, but I'm sure he tapped into a positive somewhere. But this little hole was drilled, and there's a toggle switch in the dash for them. I'm going to be putting LED driving lights on it, if I can find the style that I like. If not, they'll just be deleted. Honestly, I'd like to get some driving lights, just because the headlights on this thing aren't that great. I mean, it was an 81, so this pipe that goes up to the air cleaner is pretty rigid. I'd like to replace that. If not, honestly, guys, I've been sitting here thinking about it. If I was to ever put a turbo on this thing, right here, if they somehow make, I'd like to be able to make a part-time turbo, which I think would be really cool. I'd have to figure out how to do it, but I think that would be awesome. But no, the manifold pipe goes up to the smoke pump, and I have no idea where it goes out of there, because all I see is a line going into it, not coming out of it. So I don't know if this smoke pump just pushes air down to the exhaust and pushes it out. I have no idea. So if you guys know, please leave me a link in the description or comment. Just kind of help me out. I'm not really great with the older stuff, but I know a little bit. This probably spring. I know it's kind of spring now, but before the end of spring, I want to replace all the vacuum lines. Go get 50 foot of every size they have and just rerun all the vacuum lines, so I know they are all good connections. There's no leaks. Took the truck to Columbus today to pay my speeding ticket, and she ran pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, she cruised 60 the whole way there and back, so I was pretty happy with it. I need to, since I'm having trouble getting that brake video up, I'll kind of show you guys. I'll probably do it live, that way it will load up. I got to replace a rear wheel cylinder. That's bad. And then we got to switch out the front driver's side caliper and both rotors. I'll probably pad slap it again, just to get all the brake work done. Other than that, it's pretty much cosmetic stuff. but mechanically she's sound. I'm just looking to get more power out of it. Right now it's only 85 horse, and I apologize for the wind noise again. It's really windy in Ohio right now. If I'm right, this is the vacuum advance control for the distributor. So, yeah, that runs all the way through. I'm sure there's a crack in it, which is why it doesn't really pick up horsepower until about, guessing 3,000 to 4,000 RPM. So I'd like to try to figure that out. It has plenty of torque. I just need the higher horsepower. I'm tired of it taking forever to get up there. I'm thinking about this, I want to say summer, when I rebuild the motor and paint it. The intake, I want to swap out to a 4-barrel intake or a 2-barrel, but the 4-barrel would be nice just because it would look good on there. They're easy to tune. But in the 60s, they called it the Super 6. It was a Slant 6 with a 2-barrel carburetor on it. And they ran good. A lot of people still swapped out for the 4-barrel. But when we do vacuum lines and everything, and I guarantee you when I replace this valve cover gasket, that would be the first thing to get painted. And since I'll probably have the air cleaner off, I'll probably paint that too. Because it'll just be a whiz wheel, clean it up, and spray paint it. The block will be done in high temperature paint, but the valve cover, I've done plastic dip on my Dakota, and it's still holding up, so I'll probably do plastic dip on that, which I'm thinking a Mopar blue. Kind of the blue it is, but maybe a little bit brighter, or darker, my bad. But yeah, guys, let's see here if she'll fire up on the first crank, or what she's gonna do. Excuse the mess. I just got off work. Came home, decided to do this. Let's see. Wait for the buzzer. Ooh, almost. Yeah, there was some nasty stuff in that fuel. Wow. Real quick, grab a piece of wood, just chalk off the tire. Okay, chalk off the tire here. And if you guys didn't catch the last video, I did an exhaust on this. I realized it didn't sound as good. So here's the tip. You guys can't hear that. Sorry. Ooh, she almost died. It's like gas. You gotta adjust. See if I can reach it here. For you guys that don't know, the throttle is behind on these. Like I said, the fan, no clutch. So this fan's all you hear is the fan. But yeah, she's sound. Motor mounts are going to get replaced when I rebuild the motor. I know it only has 25,000 miles on it, but gaskets are over 30 years old, and they need to be replaced. They're just falling apart. But yeah, guys, she idles, runs good. I drive it daily. Thing's got torque, and I guarantee you if I rebuild it, And I'm wind up tuning the carburetor, which if you guys don't know how to do that, you're going to learn how. Because I get to learn how to do a single barrel. I know how to do a 4-barrel. Single barrel I've not messed with yet. So that'll be a learning experience for us all. Yeah. Because right now when she idles, she shakes, and she shouldn't shake. That's probably somewhat of the motor mount, but should not be all of it. Over here, we're going to check our fuel filter here for leaks. And I don't see no leak, so we're good. Alright guys, this is Smoke Arm Man, and I'm out.